Okay, today is just a fun day. It is Easter traditions around the world. Okay, the first is kites in Bermuda. And according to legend, it all started when a teacher tried to explain the Bible story to his kids and illustrate the concept of Jesus going up to heaven um, like a kite. And the people in Bermuda was like, hey, that's a good idea. Let's start flying kites every Good Friday. So that might be a fun thing for you guys to do to fly some kites. Okay, next, Easter bonnets. Did you ever know where that came from? Well, one legend has that these head coverings were made at the end of Lent, where they could actually go out and purchase something nice because they had been frugal for the whole month. There's lots of patterns online where you can make your own lovely Easter bonnet, and I hope somebody makes one like the lady in the middle and wears it to church. I have to speak at church, and I live in the South. I really want to wear an Easter bonnet. I might. Okay, the next is Guatemala, and this is interesting. It is a festival called Semana Santa. Mm, and it's an Easter festival. And what they do is along the cobblestone streets, they lay intricate carpets made out of colored sawdust. And it takes them weeks to lay all this down in the road. And then a procession of Roman centurions march over the carpets carrying an image of Christ on the cross. But I've heard it's beautiful to see all of these super neat decorated sawdust carpets along the roads in Guatemala. Okay, next, I wish I could talk like somebody from Australia, but I can't. I don't know how it goes. But this is weird. In Australia, they were like, there's too many rabbits in this country. We don't want to put more rabbits out at Easter. I know. Let's make chocolate bilbies. And this is an endangered animal in Australia, and they decided that they would make chocolate bilbies instead and sell them, and some of the proceeds would go to help the endangered species in Australia. So I guess they have too many rabbits there, and they're sick of rabbits, so eat a bilby instead. Okay, my face is covering, but in Finland and Sweden, they have a tradition of Easter witches. So the little kids dress up like Easter witches, and I'll tell you why. It says the story of Easter witches originates from the first Maundy Thursday when Jesus betrayed. Oh man, okay, I got to start this over, but I don't know how to fix the whole thing. So here we go. This is when the kids go around, and they're on Thursday when Judas betrayed Jesus. It was believed that on this day, evil was released into the world, including witches who would fly on their brooms to a place called Blacula, an island where the devil would have him come. So this Thursday, all these witches like flew out. And so one way to protect yourself from this threat was to have large burning fires. And so on the Thursday before Easter, they light large fires, but also the kids dress up like witches. So they put on these headscarves and paint little cute cheeks and freckles on their face, which is a little different than our scary witches with the pointy hats. But and they dress up like old men and old women, and they go door to door, and they sometimes will swap homemade cards for candies. Sometimes they have these little switches that they've tied ribbons and stuff on, and they'll like wave them around in front of the house to keep evil out. Sometimes they'll share like a rhyming blessing, all in exchange for Easter eggs. So that's kind of a fun tradition, I thought. Okay, this is a good one. Wet Monday. So in Poland, the day after Easter, they pour water on everybody, and it's called Smigus Dingus. Smigus Dingus is Wet Monday. And they try to drench each other with buckets of water, with squirt guns, and anything they can get their hand on. Legend says that girls who get soaked on Wet Monday will marry within the year. But it comes from a commemoration of the birth of Christianity in Poland. When holy baptisms were administered, when holy baptism was administered to Prince Mizikio on Easter Monday, this act united all of Poland under the banner of Christianity. So they said it's not unusual to wake up with just like water splashing in your face or something on Wet Monday. I hope my kids watch this, because if not, they're going to be surprised when they get drenched Monday morning or sometime Monday. Okay, when they get home from school, whatever. But I think that's a fun idea. Okay, this isn't such a fun idea, and it's covering it up. I don't know why I can't move my face, but whatever. So this is Spain, and in Spain on Thursday, in the medieval town of Verges, there is a traditional celebration called Danza de la Mort, and that is the death dance. And it says everyone dresses like skeletons, and they reenact scenes from the Passion. And then it says the procession ends with frightening skeletons carrying boxes of ashes. All right, and it begins at midnight and continues for 3 hours until the early morning of Friday. And this is a little bit more information. It says it's actually performed by 5 skeletons, two adults and 3 children. One of the adults is holding a black banner, and the other one has a scythe. Both the banner and the scythe handle contains mottos. One of them says, I'm not going to read it in Spanish or Portuguese. What are they? Yeah, Spanish. One of them says, time is short in Latin, and the other one says, spare no one. So that seems uplifting. And then the kids are carrying plates filled with ash, while the third has a clock without handles. And it says, this artistic puzzle implies that anyone can turn to ash at any moment. Happy Easter! Okay. This one was awesome. Okay, in Papua New Guinea, they found a creative replacement for chocolate Easter eggs, which wouldn't last long in the heat. So they used trees and branches near churches as hooks to hang tobacco and cigarettes, which are then given to congregants after church services on Easter. Chocolate's too melted, kids. Here's a cigarette. Okay, this one's cool. Scopia della Caro in Florence, Italy. This happens on Easter Sunday. And this giant tower gets pulled out into the main square. And this is exciting. It gets totally lit up with fireworks. And it says it dates back to the 1400s. And the festivities begin on Easter Sunday morning when a team of white oxen pulls a 30-foot tall tower-like cart through the streets of Florence in a parade with hundreds of musicians, flags, throwers, medieval garb. And it says that cart is the same one that has been used for more than 500 years. The cart is covered with firecrackers, and it also carries a container of coals lit by these 11th century people. And my notes are gone, so I'm just going to tell you, some guy came back from the Crusades with these fireworks, and I'm ruining the story, but I don't know, and I don't know how to pause it. So, oh wait, there's a pause. Okay, well, I can't write the notes here, and I can't remember all of these names. Basically, when they came back from the Crusades, the first guy to get back got these holy flints from the Holy Sepulchre, and all of these stories, they're like, well, legend says, well, this person says, so who knows? But then when he went back to Florence, they put him in this special place, and then they got him out, and they lit the fireworks with him, and so every year they light these fireworks. And how it got from Crusades to Easter, I don't know, but Easter morning, boom, they light the guy who's doing the this is very factual and complete. The guy who's giving the talk at church lights it. I don't know, but it's exciting. You should go there for Easter. Okay, this is one of my very favorite ones. Okay, in the Orthodox or Eastern Catholic churches, especially in Greece, this is what they do. They dye Easter eggs red to symbolize the death of Christ. They normally dye them on Thursday, or I can see dyeing them on Friday, on Good Friday, when Christ was actually crucified. Either way, dye them. And then it says that the symbolism, it represents the blood of Christ, and also the hard shell symbolizing the sealed tomb, and the cracking of the shells representing the resurrection of the dead. But this is what they do that I think is so cool, and I'm going to do it with my family. I don't even care if everyone's old. But they take those red eggs, and on Easter morning, oh, I love it. They oh, this thing's backwards. Okay, so one person takes their egg and the other person takes their egg. And there's my dog. And the one person takes it and cracks it into the other one. But the first person, I'm glad I'm not a weather forecaster. This is hard. Okay, so the first person says Christ is risen. And then the second person said, risen indeed. And then they crack the eggs together. And whoever's egg doesn't crack, then they turn them over and they crack the other side. And then you go around and hit your eggs to everyone else's eggs. And the person who ends up with one side of their egg not being cracked at the end wins. And I don't know what you win. Eternal life? I don't know, but it's exciting. So you should do it. I think it's super great. Okay, why rabbits and eggs? Well, it actually originated as a pagan symbol of spring and rebirth. But over the centuries, these ancient symbols became associated with Christians because of this empty tomb. And so those two traditions have merged together. So it's also welcome for spring, rabbits and birds and chicks. But there are no more chicks and rabbits by Brock's, and I'm angry about it because they were the best candy and they stopped making them. So it actually makes me angry. So I'm not going to think about rabbits or chicks, but those things up there are not chicks and rabbits. Those are peeps. So don't send me peeps. So many nice people try that, but it's wrong. Brock's chicks and rabbits are gone. But anyway, those are the reasons we celebrate those things. And that's it. Wasn't that fun? Just a couple fun traditions around the world. I hope you do some of those. And then on Friday, so do this for today and tomorrow. And on Friday, we actually start talking about all the sad things. Nope, tomorrow we do. Tomorrow's all the things start. So anyway, happy fun Easter learning today.